Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 8 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode we've got 3 more games to get to. The first game is going to be against Everton. That's a cup game for us to play, followed by a game against West Brom for us to play in the league, and then a game against Shakhtar to obviously play in the Champions League group stages. So looking forward to today's episode. Again, 3 different competitions for us to cope with. I think it might be the same in the last episode, to be honest, but we've got 3 different competitions and we've got to be able to obviously change the team enough and make sure that we have teams that are going to go out there and try and win across all 3 competitions. So potentially a challenging episode for us, and we'll wait and see what sort of results we're able to get. Before we get into today's episode, first of all, thank you so much for the support over the last few episodes, in particular. It's been absolutely incredible. What I'm going to start doing is probably doing these every other day, these Man City career modes, but when I do them every other day, you will have every episode an opportunity to get yourself a bonus episode by hitting X number of likes. Not for this episode though, that'll be happening next episode when it starts, and I'll be doing it every other day, but like I say, there'll be a chance of you getting a bonus episode every single time I upload basically this career mode. So that's the way that we're going to do it, and then in the days I don't upload Man City career mode videos, it'll be Barcelona or Leeds, and we'll eventually fade out the Barcelona career mode at some point as well. So before we get into today's episode, if we could continue that really great support on this series by hitting over 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Currently over 14,500 subscribers right now, so thank you all so much for that. Obviously pushing really for 15,000 subscribers, see whether we can try and hit that as soon as possible. Let's crack on with this game. This is the team I'm going to go with for the game as Everton. We've got Edison starting in goal, Danilo, Company, Mangala and Mendy in defence, Delphi, Yaya Toure and Silva in midfield. That's Bernardo Silva with Sterling, Aguero and Sané as our front 3. So it's quite a strong team. There has obviously been a couple of tweaks here and there. Got a game against West Brom in 4 days time to cope with. So there has been a few changes. There's also some younger players on the bench as well, just in case we want to try and rotate things out. But I just want to make sure I'm definitely going to get through into the next round here against Everton. And the game against West Brom, because we're in such good position in the league, I think we're 7 or 8 points in front of second. If we were to slip up in that game, it wouldn't be the most disastrous thing ever to happen. Of course, we want to win every match, but just because obviously we are trying to cope with 3 different competitions, I'm deciding for this episode to focus on this cup competition as our priority over the league game for the episode. So, always say we get on against Everton here. Let's crack on with the game and hopefully get ourselves into the next round. Okay, then here we go for this match at Goodison Park against Everton. Got to make sure that it doesn't result in us going into a second leg or extra time, whatever. We want to make sure it's done in these 90 minutes. We can't really afford to have too many more fixtures to play. We've already got a very packed fixture list and I don't really want to add too many more to that schedule. Let's see how we get on in today's episode. It's been a few days since I've recorded. Actually, the last 2 episodes and last few videos you've seen have all been pre-recorded last week, so it has been a few days since I've played FIFA. I'm not going to try and use that as an excuse though. Hopefully get ourselves a good performance, and let's wait and find out exactly what we do get. Aguero onto Yaya Toure, who's going forward. Yaya Toure scores. We're only 5 minutes in. Just lays it off to Yaya Toure. The defence don't close down. The midfield certainly don't get any closer to Yaya Toure either. And just allows him a free shot on goal. And we're winning the game inside 5 minutes. Certainly not seeing any sort of issues to be trying to get used to playing FIFA again, to be honest. Aguero here just lays it off to him. And they just stand off him. They allow him the shots. And there's going to be no stopping that from Yaya Toure. He's always great from that sort of range. And we're winning the game 1-0. 5 minutes in. Great start to the match. Everton really yet to wake up so far. Not had a lot of possession. They just tried to play a long ball there, which he didn't win. One thing that does always seem to happen well if we get an early goal like that in the first sort of few minutes, it does seem like the game settles a lot after that and then we struggle a little bit. And it does seem to be following that sort of theme, to be honest, in this game where we haven't quite got hold of the ball in the last few minutes. Everton starts to get a bit of possession now and starting to look a little bit more confident on the ball, and we're struggling obviously to create opportunities when that happens. So that's probably going to be the case again in this game. Hopefully it doesn't mean that we have to wait ages to try and add to the scoreline. Hopefully still going to try and add to it if we can. Raheem Sterling is getting behind the fullback here, still going, using his pace really well, looking to try and get himself into the box as well. Oh, I've just got a little bit too close to the defender, it's cleared. Oh, what a pass that is from Sergio Aguero to Leroy Sané. He's caught by surprise. Ashley Williams can't keep up. Sané's still going, and it's right at Pickford. Had to go across him a little bit more, but we didn't manage it. Pickford saved quite comfortably, although it is blasted right at him. It is saved fairly comfortably in the end. Just puts his body on the line, and Hans managed to push it away. Oh, Mendy's had to foul him there. He's the last man. Wasn't supposed to be a foul, and the referee has given nothing. Wow. Wow. Last man. And the referee doesn't give anything for that. That is unbelievable. We're happy about it though, because that could have been a red, I'd say there. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a foul like that. It was supposed to be trying to win back the ball, but didn't work and could have been a red card. Chance here for Everton. Oh, thought it was an equaliser. And who's the one that's actually taken the strike? Is that Ross Barkley or Rooney? I can't really tell, but someone there with a left-footed strike. Clearly their weaker side. I thought that actually scored and got them an equaliser on the stroke of half-time. Luckily for us, still remains 1-0. And like I said at the start of the game, really, it does feel like one of those sort of matches that kind of follows the theme of you get the early goal and nothing really happens until much later on. That might be the case in this game yet again. I hope it's not, though, because we want to try and get a second goal as quick as possible. Hopefully, from kick-off here, Sergio Aguero with a chance and saved by Pickford. We were through, though. Great opportunity, much better from us, winning back the ball there from an Everton mistake. Got ourselves corner. Bernardo Silva looking into the front post and headed away yet again. Bernardo Silva on the overlap to Benjamin Mendy, who's going to be in the middle. Raheem Sterling, not great with headers, but it's on target and in. Pickford makes a huge mistake, and it's a brilliant directed header from Raheem Sterling that finds the back of the net. I say Pickford makes a mistake, he just doesn't find that corner for some reason. I don't know why he's not managed to get there, but Raheem Sterling, of all people, getting on the end of that cross was absolutely incredible, really. Mendy kind of just crossing, a little bit of a hopeful cross, I suppose you could say. Not many players in the box, Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling being the only two, but that is just found him perfectly, and Pickford's got to get there. He should get there. I don't know what he's doing. It's a terrible, terrible error from him. He's so close to the ball as well at this point. He just can't seem to get there, and Sterling scores. Didn't think I'd ever see the day when Raheem Sterling scores a header, but it's the second goal that we needed, and it's the first few minutes of the second half as well. Yaya Toure through to Raheem Sterling. That's definitely happened. The gaps are appearing. Sterling, can he make it 2 for himself and 3 for us? He can. It's 3-0, and I don't know what the fullback's playing out there. You can't leave Raheem Sterling to make a clear run like that. Really poor defending from the left back. He's been exposed a few times in the first half, but didn't manage to capitalise on from his errors. And this time he is just far too... Look where he is. He's just too far up the pitch. Can't keep hold of Raheem Sterling. He just pulls him apart. It's a good left foot finesse. So he scored a header, he scored a left-footed goal. Could he get the perfect hat-trick with a right-footed goal now as well? Let's wait and find out. Plenty of time left in this game. It's 3-0, and we're starting to open up Everton and really sort of expose their errors that they've started to make since we scored that second goal. Okay, all 3 changes. We're going to make some different sort of changes here. Obviously 3-0 up in a great position. Leroy Sané, Yaya Toure and Silva all to come off. That means we're going to bring on Diaz, Foden and Tosin as well. Tosin's going to play at right back. Danilo will go play at holding midfield alongside Fabian Delph. Going to give him a go there. I don't think I've played in there before, so I think that'll be quite interesting for us. And then Diaz and Foden obviously play as our centre-attacking mids with a change formation to a 4-2-3-1 with the narrow players. So we're going to give that a go. About 15-20 minutes left of this game, and then we'll wait and see what sort of impact those youngsters can have. I think it's fair to give them a bit of a chance. It's a cup game. We're in a good position as well, and I think now's the time to bring them on. Diaz flicking it over to Raheem Sterling. Could there be a hat-trick still in the back for him? Sterling going to try and go across and shoot himself. That's the hat-trick. It's the perfect one as well. And Raheem Sterling scores it 4-0 now. And he gets himself the hat-trick with 15 minutes left. Really, really good stuff from him. The last 3 goals have all been Raheem Sterling. First was the header, then the left foot finesse, and now the strike into the top right left-hand corner with his right foot. Really good finish, winning the game 4-0. And really, really impressed with that. Again, just getting in behind the full-back. It's just a big issue there that we've managed to expose there with Everton. I think it might be Garber that's brought on this time. Pretty sure the fullback's changed. And nevertheless, Sterling gets in behind them, and it's a fantastic strike from him. Past the goalkeeper, Pickford can't do too much, and we're winning the game 4-0. Foden still going, waiting for Sergio Aguero. He's getting in behind here. Aguero looking for a shot. Is he still onside? No. He scores it, but he's not onside. Sergio Aguero not managed to get himself a goal so far in this game. 9 minutes left. A little bit surprising. Obviously, you would have thought, being the striker, that he was going to get the goals, but we've had 4 and none of them have come from him. He's put a good performance, though. He's certainly helped out massively and done a lot for the team, but strange to not see him on the scoreline as well. There's still a bit of time. Struggling to cope with their attack now, and it's 4-1. There's a little bit of time left for Everton to score a goal, and they've got themselves one back. They've pulled it back there. Niasse scores a really good finish, to be fair to him, but just a case of them throwing too many players forward, not being able to cope with it. Happens a lot in the last few minutes. You see 5 players, I think, they're going forward against our defence, and they managed to find a way through, and a good finish. 4-1, disappointing not to get the clean sheet, but we're not really that bothered about the clean sheets, especially not in these cup games anyway. We're playing with a changed team right now, and I'm not too disappointed about that, to be honest. Would have been nice to keep it, but we've played really well, and I'm not going to be that disappointed by conceding late on, because Aguero was at a 5th anyway. Virtually straight from kick-off. Sergio Aguero gets the goal I was on about, on his left foot as well, and dispatches it like it's absolutely nothing. 5-1 now. Restored the 4-goal advantage as well, and a good little bit of build-up play from the kick-off. I've managed to, with a couple of players going forward, managed to find a way past the Everton defence. 5-1. Aguero getting past Ashley Williams. Is really poor defending. Sergio Aguero, I was going to go across to one of the youngsters as well. Gets hacked down. He looks injured. Hopefully not too bad. I'll wait to see at the end of the game. He's got back up okay though by the looks of it. And yeah, very, very frustrating. So I was going to just play across to Foden or Diaz, whoever it was going to be. and I was hoping to get one of those guys a goal. Didn't quite happen. That's it, 5-1 victory, really happy with that. Gets us through into the next round. 5 goals is fantastic for us. Obviously, it was quite a strong team, so that's, I think, the reason why we've got such a good performance there from the players. Raheem Sterling has 3 shots, scores 3 goals, takes home the match ball. It's a perfect hat-trick as well from him. Really, really impressive stuff, and yeah, very happy with that. Stats kind of showed the game, to be honest. 8 shots, 7 on target, scored 5 goals. Pretty clinical when we got through on goal. Possession-wise, Everton just edged it slightly. We're through to the next round, though. That's the most important thing, and you can see we potentially could have a game against Liverpool, also Wigan in there, QPR, lots of other different teams as well. So we'll wait and find out in the next couple of weeks. Now a chance to focus on the next game for us to play, and that's going to be in the league against West Brom. A tough match for us potentially. West Brom in 6th place, doing pretty well so far this season. We are, however, first and doing very well ourselves, so we'll wait and see. We'll change around the team a little bit. The players have actually recovered pretty well, considering the game was like 4 days ago. So we'll change their team slightly. I think Zinchenko's asked to start. That could happen. Might be from the bench, though. Okay, this is the team for the game against West Brom. We're going to change formation a little bit for this game, and it's purely just down to the fact that I expect West Brom to probably play 1 up front. So because of that, we're going to try and throw a little bit more forward. Going to go 3 centre-backs to try and counteract it a little bit. So we're going to go Edison Santi in goal, 3-5-2 formation, Stones, Company, Otamendi in defence, Fernandinho and Silva as holding midfielders, Walker and Goulam as our full-backs there, trying to push forward a little bit. De Bruyne in behind the 2 strikers, Gabriel Jesus and Leroy Sané. Going Danilo on the bench, Yaya Touré, Delph, Gundogan, Silva, Zinchenko and Sergio Aguero all on there. Obviously got a game against Shakhtar, I think, in a few days' time at the Champions League, so a few players being rested, but mainly just rotations because we're trying to balance the teams out across different competitions. So very happy with the side. Gundogan I expect to come in at some point during this game. Hasn't had too much game time, as will Zinchenko, I think, as he asked to get a bit of game time here. So we'll wait to find out exactly what we get from this team. It's a little bit experimental. Obviously the 3-5-2 formation can sometimes backfire. Hopefully, given the fact that they're playing just 1 up front, hopefully it'll still work for us, but it depends how much those wingers are going to push on. If they push on a lot, then it could end up being more of a 4-3-3 from West Brom, in which case we're going to have to change formation, but we'll have to wait and see how they start off. Hopefully it's as we expect. Okay, let's see exactly what we get from this game against West Brom. Hopefully going to be a good performance. Obviously lots of changes to try and make work. Hopefully this isn't a 2 up front. It seems like it's a 1 up front with Rondon there. We'll have to wait and see as the game goes on. We can change things. We do have Daniel on the bench as another option, but I think we also actually already have 5 defenders on the pitch, so we should be fine in terms of changing formation and stuff like that. Hopefully though there's going to be no need for it. Let's wait and find out. Leroy Sané trying to get round his man, still going here. Leroy Sané keeps hold of it well, doesn't quite get the finish right. Ben Foster saves yet again. Gabriel Jesus onto Kevin De Bruyne on his left foot, hits it so well. Might have been a slight deflection from the defender. It certainly felt like it in the controller, but saved certainly by Ben Foster in the end. Hits it so well on his left foot. This is his weaker side, but doesn't take any deflection and pushed away over the bar and out for a corner. Can we pick somebody out in the front post maybe this time? If not, we might have to look at things a little bit differently, but actually caused them some issues there. Somebody went down. David Silva were playing the ball on the edge of the box, and Fernandinho going to look to find some sort of way to get it back in. Goes for the chip, but Ben Foster saves. Good chance. Phillips is through, so's I think Rodriguez as well. Couldn't quite tell who it was on the right-hand side. It might have even been Livermore. No, it's Phillips that's got found a way through our defence somehow. No idea how we not managed to pick him up. Great opportunity. First chance for West Brom, and you could have quite easily scored that. 30 minutes into this game, Phillips again going to get the ball into the box. Got to be cleared better than that, and Company tried to, but again cleared. The first signs that we might be under a little bit of pressure in defence there, and could have easily been a goal for West Brom. Don't think they're going to have too many chances in this game, but there certainly could be a case where they have one sort of good opportunity and they might be able to take it. Hopefully that's not going to happen, and hopefully find a way through ourselves. Kyle Walker getting round this time. It's a really good chance for a cutback, but there's nobody there. Where's the second striker? Leroy Sané lurking on the edge of the box. David Silva into Goulam, takes it out of his feet and shoots. Oh, hits the bar as well. Such a good chance. Ben Foster doesn't even move. He just turns and looks at it. And it's a great opportunity for us. Doesn't quite manage to lead to a goal though. Still a chance through Kevin De Bruyne from range. And this might be our best sort of option, is hitting a long range one at the moment. We're struggling to break them down as well as we have other teams. Sané to Kevin De Bruyne. It's got to be a goal, and it is. He directs it through. It's as simple as that. And it's all come from, I think, West Brom just losing the ball by playing up front. I think to try and get it to Rondon. They lose that ball. Lose the second ball anyway. I managed to play it through, and just a couple of passes managed to find a way through the West Brom defence. First time we've seen that. Little 1-2 from Leroy Sané. Holds it up really well for De Bruyne to run through and just directs it past Ben Foster. Great stuff from us. Not the most pleasant football to watch, not the greatest of finishes or anything like that, but it's good enough to break down this West Brom team, and we're winning the game 1-0, 4 minutes before half-time. It's half-time, winning the game 1-0, obviously in a great position right now in front against West Brom. I think we've actually dealt with their challenge pretty well so far. I think the 3-5-2 formation has worked mostly. Obviously they had 1 or 2 chances sort of within a couple of minutes where they did look a bit of a threat and could have scored. But I think overall we've managed to deal with them pretty well, to be honest. Also, just having one striker, we've really managed to cut off any sort of attacks through him, and we are going to keep things the same. I expect them to push on a little bit more in the second half. Certainly seems like that from the way that it started off, and hopefully that doesn't cause us the issues. West Brom so determined to stay in shape here, trying to bring out one of those midfielders if we can, and you can just see there's only Rondon that they have behind the ball right now. They're really reluctant to come out and press us. Slowly getting a little bit closer to the goal. Eventually someone's going to have to come out and try and challenge us, and that's when the gaps are going to try and appear, hopefully. Here we go, Leroy Sané into Gabriel Jesus to try and turn his man and shoot. It's a good save. Goulam trying to follow up and heads over the bar. But that's exactly what we're going to have to try and do in the second half. Try and lure them out a little bit, cause them a few issues, and try and move them around in the shape, and nearly managed to get a second goal. Kyle Walker flick it over here to Goulam, has made a great run. Back across into Kevin De Bruyne in the back post and couldn't quite get there. And I'll tell you what, West Brom are really struggling to get the ball out here. They really find it very difficult to clear the lines. 25 minutes left of this game, and still unable to get the second goal. That's the only issue I have right now. We're playing really good football, moving them all over the pitch. It causes them so many issues. It's just we can't quite get past the next line, can't quite get the second goal, and we're struggling a little bit in that sense. Other than that, the football's been brilliant. Leroy Sané trying to win a header there, always going to be difficult. Kyle Walker, now into Leroy Sané. Gabriel Jesus looking for a flick over here to Goulam. He's made another great overlapping run. Goulam to shoot, and it's a goal. It's the second that we needed, and that's absolutely fantastic. Goulam has looked so good on the left-hand side in the second half in particular. Every single time that run, which Rodriguez doesn't want to make. He doesn't want to try and track him back. In fact, I think it's Matty Phillips on that side, and every single time he gets through, this side managed to pick him out, and he's got the finish perfect into the bottom right-hand corner, and there's no stopping that. Winning the game 2-0, that should be the game to bed. Let's make some changes now. Really impressed with the way we've played in this game. We've dealt with a very different sort of team against West Brom, with a different formation, and it's worked perfectly really for us. Okay, so all three changes, Zinchenko, Gundogan and Dalot all to come on. I think we're going to take off Vincent Kompany, Fernandinho and Kevin De Bruyne. Those guys tired and also need a bit of a rest, I think, as well. Kevin De Bruyne looked a little bit tired towards the end of this game. So Zinchenko goes at centre attacking mid, Dalot's going to go and play as a centre back, but Stones will go more centrally now, Dalot on the right hand side, and we'll see how that goes for the final 20 minutes or so. Hopefully going to continue to add to the scoreline. I suspect it's going to be a bit more of a tricky sort of end to this game. West Brom will now definitely be throwing players forward, so we might even look to go more of a 5 at the back or a 4 at the back in the final few minutes. But for now, we're going to see how things go and see how many more players they throw forward. That's it, 2-0 victory. I think this is the complete performance for me. This has been incredible for us. Even though it's only a 2-0 victory, it's only 2 goals, this is actually probably, for me, the best performance we've had in a long, long time. Such a good performance against a team like West Brom. It can be very difficult, and you could see they were trying to make things difficult. We'd outthought them really, I think, with the 3-5-2 formation which we played from the start, and that really caused them a lot of issues, especially those overlap of the fullbacks. They couldn't handle that, and for me, a better result than the last game that we had, 5-1 against Everton. For me, this is a better result because we just played so well, and it's a really complete performance. Made very, very few mistakes. I can't think of that many mistakes that we made in the whole game, and that's why I think a really, really important victory for us. 2-0 victory. Very happy with that. Ben Foster could have, he's the one that basically prevented it from being 3 or 4, because he did put in a really good performance for them and had, I think, most of the highlights there for West Brom, to be honest. So very happy with that victory, real complete performance, and hopefully we can push on now to play the final game of the episode and try and do 3 really good performances across 3 different competitions, something I don't think we've done properly so far. So hopefully we can. Let's wait and see how we get on. But first, moving on to player development, we are going to focus again on Foden until we hit 70 overall with him. That was suggested in the comments section below. So we're going to simulate all the drills. It could actually happen this week. It could go up on a few stats this time round, and it has happened this week. He goes up to 70 overall, and now we'll switch things out. We'll bring in someone like a Diaz maybe, or someone like that, and try and train up to 70 overall as well now. Good to see Foden's making plenty of progress. Hopefully going to get into some more game time soon as well. It's tough, but we do have a lot of competitions. If we continue to compete in them, I'm sure we'll get some game time. Zinchenko got a bit here in that last game, which was good to see, and Foden complaining a little about it. That's understandable. I think we should get him a few more minutes in some of the cup competitions. He might even feature off the bench in this game. Okay, into the final game of today's episode against Shakhtar. This is the team we're going to go with. Back to the 4-3-3 formation, just because I think it's more appropriate for this game. Everton starts in goal, Dalot, Stones, Magana, Mendy in defence, Yaya Toure, De Bruyne and Silva in midfield, Sterling, Aguero and Sané starts as our front 3, so a strong front 3. This is the bench I've gone with Otamendi, Kyle Walker, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Del, Foden and Gabriel Jesus. So some good names on there. Obviously players starting to get a little bit more tired now after we've played a few games in succession, but this game I think is then followed by a game against Arsenal in about 5 days time, and then there's a little bit of a break. I think we've got a week or so, maybe an international break or something like that, so hopefully time for them to sort of pick up their energy a little bit next episode. Hopefully that will be seen. We've obviously started Mangala, which isn't ideal, but I think it's probably the best choice for us here in this game. We've won our first 3 games in the Champions League, so we've got 9 points from the first 3 games. This is the 4th match, and obviously the second fixture we play against Shakhtar. Hopefully we can beat them again. Let's wait and find out how we get on. Could be a tough game, this one. 4-3-3 formation, so back to something you're a little bit more used to, but hopefully it works as effectively as the last formation we used in the other game. Okay, here we go for this game against Shakhtar. Let's see how we get on. The final game of today's episode. Can we end it with 3 wins? Let's wait and find out whether we can. Hoping for another good performance. Hopefully a chance as well to get Foden off the bench at some point, because he needs a little bit more game time. Now he's got to 70 overall. And I was trying to fit him into this team. I was looking for ways, and in the end I just thought it's not going to be what's best for the team or the club, and I ended up putting him on the bench, which I think is probably a good place for him. And let's wait and see how we get on in this game. Hopefully get ourselves a good victory and a strong performance like we have done in the opening 2 games. Oh, good chance. Oh, they've made it 1-0. Great football. Can't really have too many complaints about the quality of the goal. It's a fantastic bit of interchange in the box there. Should get closer to them, should be able to prevent that one, should stay with our men a little bit better, but tell you what, they've passed it around in the box so well there. 11 minutes into this game, losing the match 1-0, something we've not seen so far in this episode, so a little bit different for us, a little bit of a different challenge, but look at this, it's very quick. Just quick sort of 1 or 2 touch football, found a way through, good little 1-2 there, and we should defend better. I think Mangala might be at fault with that one, but yeah, great bit of passing. Losing the game 1-0, that's not something that we've had in today's episode, or maybe even a little while as well. So should be an interesting challenge now for us. 11 minutes into this game, got to find a way to fight ourselves back into the match. And I don't think you can really put it down to formations or anything. It's mainly just a little bit of poor defending there. Found a way through again. Bit of luck this time, and it's the second goal. This time it's luck that's made them get the goal. And it's 6 minutes later. It's not really come from a particularly threatening opportunity. It's just come from a little deflection, which they've reacted to a little bit quicker than us. And it's now 2-0 Shakhtar, 17 minutes in. And this could be a very interesting game for this one. We're losing 2-0 within the first 20 minutes. It's not something that I don't think, ever experienced, to be honest, on this career. So a very interesting end to today's episode. Look at this, though. We go for a little interception. Mangala steps forward. It's another mistake from him. And it just allows Marlos to go through and have a clean shot on goal, which comes off the post and goes in. But it's Mangala's positioning there that's caused us a little bit of a problem, and something that maybe have to look at, and maybe threatens his position in the squad. I was close to putting Otamendi in, chose Mangala because he was fully fit and left-footed, and maybe it's come back to bite us a little bit. Disappointed with that one. I think Mangala at times has looked pretty good for us, but there has had 2 big errors, and a chance for Sterling, who's pulled one back straight away from kick-off, and that's a fantastic finish. Enough talk about Mangala's errors. That's a brilliant ball through, and a great touch from Raheem Sterling, who just smashes it past the keeper. And 21 minutes in, we've got ourselves back in this game now. 3 goals inside the first 21 minutes. A really good start to this game. Just see Leroy Sané there playing a lovely little chip over that, by the way, to Raheem Sterling. Just brings it down, smashes it home, 2-1. Such a good response. And now we really have a game on our hands with plenty of time left in this match. And Kevin De Bruyne now to deliver that ball in. Can he pick anyone out like Aguero maybe? Flicks on to Bernardo Silva to shoot. Oh, hits the bar and celebrated as well. Thought it'd gone in, fell to John Stones but cleared. Oh, such a good chance for us. Really exciting game of football actually, this one. Great start to the game inside the opening 30 minutes. Yeah, hacks him down, but referee says play on. We'll take that. Raheem Sterling now waiting for the right Aguero run. It's a good Aguero run as well. Now he can shoot and it's saved. Trying to go across the keeper. Keeper just about read it though and managed to be cleared by the Shakhtar defence. All came from an interesting decision from the referee because Yaya Toure looked like he made a foul on there. Wasn't given. Another Shakhtar chance, and this time wide. The challenger is a little bit Shakhtar. The first team that have managed to do that, I think, in a little while. Having some good opportunities. This one goes wide this time round. We're still losing the game as well with 10 minutes left of the first half. So yeah, very interesting game for us. Looking forward to maybe making a few little tweaks at half-time. Danilo. Now into Sterling. He's coming inside to Yaya Toure. Now into Bernardo Silva. Trying to turn his man if he can and get away from a lovely little back heel. Aguero into Kevin De Bruyne. It's intricate and it's a goal off the post and in. What a finish that is from Kevin De Bruyne. And smashes it home just as Raheem Sterling did earlier on. And it's now the equalising goal with 5 minutes left of the first half. Bernardo Silva there with a brilliant back heel into Aguero. It's such close interchange there, the passes. And what a finish that is, by the way, from Kevin De Bruyne. Smashes it home. We're back at level terms. Got ourselves back from being 2 goals down to now level at 2-2. Good response from those 2 goals that we conceded. 5 minutes left of the first half and got ourselves back at level terms. Go on, Sané. bringing the ball forward here, trying to go a little bit more centrally, waiting for Sterling to make the right run. He has done. Raheem Sterling's through on his left foot, and he's put us in the front as well on the stroke of half-time. Sterling scores and gets himself another goal, and it's now 3-2. Raheem Sterling's on goal-scoring form at the moment. Look at this run. This is the perfect run you've got to make from outside to inside. Runs right through the middle. Aguero pulled out onto the left-hand side, allowed Leroy Sané space to run into, and it's perfect forward play from those three. Great interchange in terms of their positioning as well, and it's a fantastic finish from Raheem Sterling. We're now in front for the first time in the game, and it's fully deserved as well. 3 great chances, scored all 3 of them. Sterling gets his second of the game, and the third for us in this match as well. Brilliant, brilliant football. Fantastic stuff, and it's Leroy Sané and Sterling linking up yet again, just as they did for the first goal. And that's it for the first half. Found ourselves in front somehow. Would not have expected the way that we started the opening 20 minutes of this game, losing the game 2-0, so then found ourselves 3-2 in front after the first half. It's quite incredible, really. 5 goals in 45 minutes. Could we have another interesting second half, or will it drop off? Well, usually it drops off, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully going to be another exciting half of football, and let's wait and find out exactly what we get. Okay, first change to the second half. It's come 10 minutes in. I'm not going to continue with the same sort of defensive problems that we had in the first half. It's kind of continued a little bit into the second half. So Otamendi comes on, Mangala comes off. Not going to allow that to continue for any longer, and we'll wait to see whether that does improve us and stabilise a little bit more defensively. Mangala made a few too many errors for my liking and can't really afford to do that against the team, which is looking very lively and promising going forward. Good punch away by Ederson, and like I say, hopefully that improves us defensively. Let's wait and find out. Go on, Aguero. Now waiting for Leroy Sané to make the right run. Can he add 4th to the scoreline? Sané to shoot, gets so close to the keeper, but manages to put it away nevertheless. And we've scored with 30 minutes left of this game. We've added to the scoreline, extended our lead as well to 2 goals now. 4-2 up, and Leroy Sané gets himself the goal. It's great hold-up play from Sergio Aguero. Holds it up for him, allows him to make the right run, gets in front of his man as well. And it's Sané who slots it home, pokes it past the goalkeeper, and he manages to try and close in on him to prevent him from doing that. Unable to do it though. Look at this for a pass, just cuts them open. It's poor defending really. Should expect the centre-back to step up. He doesn't, and Sané slots home on his right foot and makes it 4-2. This could be another high-scoring game. We've managed to continue the goal scoring a little bit into the second half. Hopefully we can get a few more, but we'll wait and find out. Still looking to get Foden on the pitch if we can, trying to give him some game time. I don't think it's quite at the moment the right time to bring him on, but I expect that maybe another sort of 5 or 10 minutes it could be. Oh, chance. Shakhtar are through. Decide to pull it back. It's a strange decision, but it might still work off the post and needs to be cleared. Really good opportunity for Shakhtar. Could have added another goal to the scoreline, and it was a very close one. That would have made a very interesting final 15 minutes of the game. Still looking to make the final couple of changes. Going to wait until the ball goes out. We might actually try clear it ourselves if we can. I think we will as well here. Okay, final 2 changes. Foden and Delph come on. We're going to take off Bernardo Silva and Leroy Sané. Keep the formation the same. It's tempting to change it, but I don't think there's too much point with 13 minutes to go. Foden goes plays as a left winger. Obviously not something he's particularly familiar with, but we're going to give it a go anyway and see how he gets on on that left-hand side. A little bit of a different position for him to play, but we'll see how it goes. If he is successful there, then he's probably more likely to get into the team in that position rather than centrally, where we just have so many strong players there. So maybe he could play as a left winger for us. Leroy Sané is really our only option as Sanchez is injured right now, so could be an idea. We'll just wait and see how it goes. He's not got very long to show us what he can do though. Delph into Foden. Now a chance for him to get on the ball a little bit before the game ends. Foden's still going, bringing it forward. Going to shoot on his right foot as well, and the shot wasn't particularly strong on his weaker side. Was always tempted to play through Sergio Aguero, but wanted to go alone as well. And a close opportunity, but a good run from him. That's a 4-2 victory, 3 points again for us. A different sort of game though to the first two. The first two we looked very confident, we looked like we were very much in control of the game for the whole match. This was obviously very different. The first 20 minutes obviously changed things massively for us, and it made the game a very different sort of game for us, because we always kind of looked a little bit on the edge defensively, but still we looked very confident. We got in front and obviously did very well to respond and get ourselves back in front, and obviously to get to 2-2 at half time, I think in fact 3-2 at half time, and then to get the 4th in the second half obviously secured things. So very happy with that overall. Obviously disappointed to have not got the clean sheet, but I think inevitably not going to have a perfect game every single match, and the fact that we managed to respond to those 2 goals was really good to see. You can see they had 5 shots, 1 on target, but 2 goals. Not too sure about that one, but yeah, very impressed overall about the response. 10 shots, 6 on target. I think in the end deserved to win. Very clinical with our chances. Sterling again putting another great performance, 9.5 rating from him. And it gets us another 3 points as well, so that's 12 from a possible 12 now in the Champions League. And that will also conclude today's episode as well. A game against Arsenal for us to play next episode. Also, Gabriel Jesus gets Player of the Month as well. Sergio Aguero got the last 2 times. Gabriel Jesus gets it this time, and that's good to see as well. Still remain top of the league, of course, this time by 9 points, so extend our lead slightly. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit the subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.